have no kind of psychological psychosis, schizophrenia, or any mental disorders. I know what I'm talking about because I did research. Emmanuel Verkowski published this book in 1950. Okay, right after World War II, 1950. This is the published date of this book called World Collision. And he was ridiculed by the scientific community. Ridiculed for this book. But in this book, which is very thick, he documents all the ancient cataclysms that has hit the earth. Documented pole shifts, documented industrial displacement in ancient texts 2,000 years ago, 4,000 years ago. He documented a pole shift. And it's going to happen again. And that is why the United States, after 1980, after they filed this plan, with astronomy and intelligence, they started spending money and building underground bunkers.
Where you at? Where you been? Taking pictures on the trip with your friends. We don't count it, just spend. Make our own, we don't follow the trends. 100 don't expand.
But it's going to be very close.
Only live once,
This
so
is
we
going to take place, and this is why, right now in the world, I'm telling you why the elite and rich people want to do.
More things that I gotta confess. Let's be honest for once and own it. Lose ourselves to live in the moment. When they doubt, we just show them. Private plane, we just float in.
The trade rules and wars system asymmetric. And we do this international law applies with very rigor to clean up the dead and give dues for the victim. This fiction was used in the general financial system, bondage security. So we placed we participated in rituals, and we largely avoided calling out the gaps between rhetoric and reality. This bargain no longer works. Let me be direct. We are in the midst of a rupture of the transition.
They have their own military around Russia and the whole world. They want any population now. They want to get to the billions and billions of people on Earth. So when event occurs, the rest of them occurs, they won't have to deal with billions of people logging or hooking up over their This was a doctor, this was a professor, this was one of the smartest men in the world, Albert Einstein. What he tells me that he was they document all in the book, so they wanted to talk like World War, biological weapons, pandemic. They want to get rid of a lot of these. And this is the information that I found out in 2004. And after that, then the government surveillance began. It's in a coincidence. Very alert that a lot of there's a lot of responses that have been murdered of violence. In fact, a whole rainbow was killed. And the only reason that I'm alive is for the grace of God. That's the only reason I'm alive, my grace of God. And God protects me. Because what's happening is okay? Now they really don't care. They don't care now. Because the police bullshit out with all the artificial intelligence and all this other stuff. But, you know, there wasn't that none of they knew about today. Culture, they didn't know about it. And they knew my personality that I had a big mouth. I had a big mouth. And I'm unafraid of anybody. And then I would spill the beans, and I didn't say anything for a long time. But there's been so many people in the last 10 or 15 years that has disclosed this information. So it's not a big secret. It's not a big secret anymore. But 20 years ago, 2004, not very many people knew about it. So I wanted to give you a pretext.
Ground control with a soul like Bowie, and I'll chop you up if I'm under pressure. I don't really want to brag. I just tell them that I'm leaving with a bag. High five to the scarred and the strange. From the outlaw that'll never get tamed. Biscuit beats from the pirate band. Sign this deal with a lobster hand. Freestyle like a bowling pin. Flex these bars on a dolphin fin. Life's too short, but I can't complain. Doing backflips on a candy cane. Ride my scooter with a cape at night. And I'ma high five me a traffic light. I blink twice, then I tell her Lord. Got kicked out of the Trump resort. Bought this cloud on a payment plan. Then I ghosted out in a minivan. Mic in my hand like a waffle cone. Spitting out syrup in the twilight zone. Got no job, but I'm on the clock. And you can't stop me, cause don't stop.
I don't think This is one of the books. Find this book in World is Manual Aristotle's friend of Albert Einstein. And research on Trump. So, they have an agenda 2030. 2030 is their target date.
We bounce on clouds, sing on key, and we're still too loud. Biscuit drops, the place explodes. Jumping through life in my pantyhose. Still no job, but I'm on the clock, and you can't stop me. Don't stop. Hey ladies.
So, they've got a lot of work to do. They've got to have more.
This is the Madden Championship Series on EA Sports. As we join you from USAA Stadium. USA.
of the things
Proud
of
to serve the
Revelation
military
of those
community
people,
and their families.
Revelation chapter 8.
Welcome to the booth, everyone. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson, all set for a good one here. Greg, this is one of those interesting things because you talk to both coaches. They've schemed, plotted all week, and the question becomes, who's got the plan that's going to fit against this other team?
Well, that's always the question, and I think if we really got honest responses from some of these play callers in pregame, I think they're not even quite sure. Everyone goes in feeling really good about the week work. They feel really good about where they are from a game plan perspective. But now, can you adjust? Can you find the elements of that game plan that are best suited for having success in this given game? That's the key.
Mexico border, or if it isn't that market, then somewhere in South America, near Venezuela, or somewhere around there. But
From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
So, I hate to blow the bubble.
Right to the air, it's Fields. Oh, what an inauspicious start. It's intercepted. And the visitors are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive.
Ready, striker, 3-3. Let's go now. 60 red. Watch out now. Ready.
They'll begin with a zone read. And he'll get about 3 on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here is the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short game.
First down away to the 26-yard line. And here's 3rd down. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively, and it sets up 4th down.
Here we go, set. Get your blue.
Now this time he'll set up to throw. He's got his man complete to Johnson. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line. A great chance to convert that early turnover into points. Here's 1st and goal. Here's a run. And he's going to be stopped just short of the goal line. Couldn't reach that ball's cross, setting up 2nd and goal.
Come on, set. Hut.
Dillon is into the end zone. Touchdown.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and that's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
Makes the score. Visitors
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback.
Here we go.
So we are
319 here tonight.
They go play action with Fields. Now here's another ball that's intercepted. And he is going to score. A pick 6 for the touchdown.
That's about as bad as it can possibly get. Mike, you're only one play into the drive. You're trying to establish a little early rhythm, get something going, and now you're jogging off the field watching your opponent celebrate in the end zone. So they're going to have to come back out here on offense pretty quickly, regroup, take a deep breath, and try to bounce back.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line.
Yep. Hey, here we go.
They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Working out of the gun, it's Fields. That one taken in. That's Tyrell McMillan. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. They'll turn and hand this one off. And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
But this is part that is well, a hell of actual defense that will come up here.
We are through one. 14-0 is our score. And we're back with more Madden Ultimate Team after this.
There is underground all over
Lions ball to begin the second quarter as they've got it with 1st and 10. Off the play action, here's Fields.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
He'll locate Cup. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
Right now, brutal out.
Fields from the gun on 3rd down. Oh, he's going to be followed up and taken down. They got him.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get to the backfield and bring him down.
It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on 4th down. Fields to throw for it. He's going to let this one go deep. That's going to be incomplete. They felt compelled to go for it on 4th and long. That was a big ask, and the defense turns them away.
Shot, 17. Ready. 50 red. Ready.
First play of the drive, and here's Dillon. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Going to lose a yard.
38.
Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it, and no place to go. He's hit and taken down behind the line. Throwing now on 3rd and long. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
And this is where the timing of these passing game, you see guys, they call it routes on air, Mike. During the course of the week, there's no defense, nobody playing on coverage, but it's the timing. It's be on time, get your depth, be where the quarterback expects you to be, because then when the game starts, things get sped up just a little bit more for the quarterback. And in this case, it's a perfect example. He's open, he tries to lead his guy, just puts a little too much in front.
1st and 10.
Results in a 1st down.
Yellow, throw, 52. Deck, huh?
Now they'll set up to throw. Open man downfield is Smith. Oh! Yeah! And he will get into the end zone. Steve Smith for the score. A terrific play all the way around. Finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Hey, kid. Here we go. 222. Go.
First down. Fields. This one caught by the back, out of the backfield. He's taken down just shy of midfield.
15 yards on the play.
Easy.
That's good for a Lions 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Fields moving outside the pocket. He keeps it himself. Strong running there. He brings this down inside the 25.
It's a gain of 29.
The Lions call their first timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go until halftime.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Looks like a design run here with Fields. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line. 11 yards the gain. He does it himself and picks up a first down.
Here we go, son.
1st down.
Fields now to throw on 1st down. Rolling right. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up 2nd down.
Hey, kid. Here we go. Move the yes, right? Go.
From the shotgun, it's Fields. Shaheed with the catch. And he's into the end zone. What a response. Rashid Shaheed. Touchdown, Detroit. Now for the point after. He's got it. And the Lions get back in it. It is 21-7. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Here's Smith to return it. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line.
Ready, break. Fight, kick. Here we go, set. Black 40. Fight, white. Cut.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete, but pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
That one intercepted.
As bad as things seem, especially after that last play, the key to playing quarterback in this league, if you're going to allow bad plays to lead to more bad plays, you're not going to last very long. So it's the value of, hey, can you win the next play? And then the play after that. Those are the guys that really make it in this league, and you're going to get a good test of it right here.
The kick here is good. And one more point, and that takes us to the end of the first half.
Lions 14.
Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. Johnson now to return. And he'll bring it up to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. They'll start this drive with a run, and it's Dillon. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line. They'll get 11 there, and that's a quick first down. From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10. It's another go with Dillon. Not much there, maybe a yard.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment. Keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Here's a design run.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You could see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
He's got his man. It's Smith. And he puts his head down, and he picks up the first down.
Let's go. Ready.
A zone read here, and he's going to keep this himself. And he's going to be brought down, but not until he gets inside the 35. Set to go now, 1st and 10. Zone read, and it's a give to Dillon. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Give them 12 on that one. They're on the mark. Another first down.
Result is a first down.
Oh, a loose football. And the Lions have come up with the football. Well, they come up with the turnover on defense. The quarterback choosing to keep it, and the defense choosing to take it away.
Mike, anytime a quarterback turns into a runner, the defense loves it. They want to take a shot at him. They want to take a shot at the ball, and that's exactly what they were able to do here. Force the fumble, get the ball back. Great job there by the defense. They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
His pass taken in by Shaheed. And he's going to have a first down as he's taken down on what is the final play of this third quarter. Fourth quarter begins on the ground with Smith. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
16 more yards. That's another Detroit Lions first down.
A first down throw for Fields. That's 3. Third time tonight he's been intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Touchdown. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter, get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchdown.
And they're on 35-yard line.
Don't jump. Ready? 319. Ready for that? Go.
Fields. That's to the right side and incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
That's made right side. It's Johnson. And he's going to be out of bounds, just shy of midfield. All 3 timeouts, plus the 2-minute warning remain as as we get set for 1st and 10. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. Now on 2nd and long.
It's 2nd down.
Here we go, son. Hey, never mind. 319. You got it. You got it. Right?
To throw is Fields. That's the 4th time tonight he's been intercepted. And the visitors will have great field position right around midfield.
Okay, ready?
From the pistol, it's a run with Dillon. To the 20. And he will score for the touchdown. At his 2nd touchdown tonight.
It's one of those plays that all the offensive line had to do, Mike, was just give him a crease and get him to the 2nd level, because from there, he's going to do the rest. That's as impressive a run as we'll see all year long.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback. They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. He'll step up and run this. Did a good job defensively to rally into the ball and hold them to a short game. They'll look to throw. He'll look over the middle and find his running back. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4. And great first down.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Now, faking the give. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
Here we go.
To throw is Fields. Oh, he's going to be very close. It depends on the mark, but he is short. They've held him on 4th down. What a stance.
Here we go. Here we go. Look opposite. Ready?
On the handoff, this is Dillon. And he's going to have the 1st down. And that will not officially end it, but for all intents and purposes, they're going to be able to run the clock down from here.
And a 1st down.
Ready?
Now, this looks like a design run. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. Now the try here for the point after. The kick is good. And the visitors will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Yeah, really would you? I should probably sign ahead, boy, because I got all the hands.
Hey, Ken. Here we go, son. Go.
Now, Fields. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up 2nd down.
Go. Here we go, son. Hey, Ken.
Fields. A ball deep for the end zone. Good coverage there in the end zone, and is incomplete. Terrific work. They separated the man from the football, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Don't jump. Right.
Here's Fields. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down.
Here we go. Turbo, sir.
Throwing is Fields. Now will work his way out right. And that is not going to work. It is incomplete. They go for it on fourth and wind up turning it over on down.
Turnover on downs.
Let's go. Cut, cut.
Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it, and they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Now another timeout called by this offense. They have one remaining. The clock will stop with an even 20 seconds to go.
60 red. 60 second.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Now a deep ball toward the end zone.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's position. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
Huff brings it in left side. And he's going to be out of bounds up around the 39-yard line.
Let's go Alpha right here.
Lions, first down.
Go Mons, go Mons.
39-yard line.
Working out of the gun, it's Fields. Out to his right. That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play. 2nd and 10.
Alpha, let's go. Here we go, son. 19 winning, 19 winning. Here we go. Angel. Go.
Here we go. One final play. That is brought in. And he'll be brought down there. And that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this fourth quarter. So the handshake's down on the field following a good win here. And it was their defense that led the way as they pitched a shutout in the second half. No points.
And then he finished that set by spiking a football that said, together we are America. So, that's like, yeah, this is important. You notice that's important. Yes. So why is it? Tell us. And you say, well, we don't like that. That's not us doing something wrong. That's your gaslighting. But here are the things that are not wrong. Doing the vast majority of the show, it's Canada, don't care. Fine. I'll be honest with you. When Kendrick Lamar did, you tried. No idea what he was saying. Before the TV, no idea a single word he was saying. So my bewilderment, that the innate diversity of many of our artists, my inability to speak the language there is not unique to the halftime. And I'm not upset about it. I'm not upset about the featuring of Puerto Rican culture. Oh, it's enough of it. Cool, fine. And enjoy it. The thing that I am concerned about is the innate argument that the greatness of America somehow must be of all countries are awesome, and America is somehow equivalent in some way to other countries. It's not. America is exceptional. And they have money of all the countries, no. Again, in other countries, it's still working as a local Jamaica. Was it? Puerto Rico in 2015. America is fantastic. America is spectacular. That exact same performance, well, thank you, America, and everybody goes home now. And again, I meant not that, noticing that, not fine. President Trump, not like the show, about a statement on social. He said the Super Bowl halftime show, absolutely terrible, one of the worst ever. I've seen many make it terrible. Each year.
We are just about 4 miles off the shore of Lake Erie at Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York. Brandon Gaunt and Charles Davis with you from our broadcast perch. And Charles, as we get this thing started, what are you going to be keeping your eye on?
Special teams. Field position is always a big determiner in a ball game. Who sets their offense up for success the best, that team will win the game.
Jason Sanders set to kick off.
And we are underway in Buffalo. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Ready, set.
Now Corey Dillon, time Pro Bowler. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd down, here's the option. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
Right, 97.
5 yards on the play.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Touchdown, Vikings! Steve Smith, 56 yards. And the Vikings have taken the early lead on the road here in Buffalo. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game.
7. Seahawks, nothing.
After the touchdown, here's Summerall to send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd down and 9.
At the 36-yard line.
Darnold from the gun. And this one is going to be off the mark. Too far out in front.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. When you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago, so a 3-and-out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there, and they get the 1st down.
In motion is Westbrook Akina. Here's Darnold. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
Throwing again is Darnold. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Down the sideline he goes. And he is in for a Seattle touchdown. Steve Smith, 54 yards. And the Seahawks are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And we are tied at 7.
Jason Sanders set to kick.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Well, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
After the interception, here's Darnold. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And a result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time looked well for a solid gain.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for first.
And the Seahawks, first down. First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. These two teams all tied after 1.
They will work right. They're find the things that they seem to be better for the good and find
a good spot to throw, and indeed they'll come out with 4 wide receivers here on 2nd and inches. On the draw, this is Barkley. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down.
Taken down behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 yards. It's now 3rd down and 3.
Darnold. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety.
Touchdown, Seahawks! A 14-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 14-7.
Jason Sanders set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. but make sure you're selective in doing.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Harold Carmichael, 69 yards. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Summerall now for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Yeah, they imposed their will on that last drive. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. 2nd and 9. Back to throw, Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Darnold now to throw. The Vikings after it, and they get there for the sack. That's your former teammate, Charles, the great Reggie White, who gets in to record the sack. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. He's got his target. That's complete. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Now it's Darnold. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. In motion is Westbrook-Akina. A shotgun snap for Darnold. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sack back at the 46. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. Darnold's going to stay out there. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it here. Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to get it back here just past the 35. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line.
Yellow, blue. Watch out now, 50.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. A throw left side complete to Harold Carmichael. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
First down.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Going for it all. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. Here's Pat Summerall for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Now Darnold. This is Smith to the ground. And that will get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2.
And now at this point in the first half, you've got to realize as an offense, you're not going to get it all back in one fell swoop. This is going to be about sustained drives and making sure you finish with points. And that's a good throw there for a first down.
Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the third quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
He finds it again, Saquon Barkley. Down the left sideline. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 44 yards.
He was not the primary target. They expected to get the ball downfield. Instead, checked it down. An old coach of mine used to say to us all the time, when they check it down, that should end the down. In this case, though, he foiled that in a big way and turned it into a big play.
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Saquon Barkley, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And we are tied at 21.
Jason Sanders set to kick off.
Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand-new ball game, all tied here in the third as they have their first possession of this second half.
And Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game. Not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat.
And that'll be incomplete. The flag was down, so they took a shot, thinking it's on the defense. Let's see. So the penalty now moves it up. It's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. To throw is Darnold. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down. From the 46, here's 2nd and 4. A handoff, Barkley running left. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. From the 50, it's Darnold. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
3rd down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
Darnold's going to stay out there. They're going to go for it on 4th down. In motion is Westbrook-Akina. And here we go on 4th. Darnold. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. And it's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. Solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7. Leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Here we go. Here, ready?
Again, it's Dillon. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25.
Ready? 12, 10. Down.
Dillon now on 1st and 10. And after the good game last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Set, ready. Red, cycle.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. 2nd and 14.
Come on, set. Block 40. Hut.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Underneath, he's got Olsen. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And they're going to face a 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows the defense to tighten up their coverage, and they picked that one off.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's Darnold. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30.
I like what I'm seeing from them here. A tie game in the 4th quarter. They understand the situation. They don't need to be in any rush. Go ahead and huddle up and run your offense. That last completion put them in a nice position to take the lead in this game.
It's not easy. There have been 6 new revelations about Madison's relationship with Epstein from the January 30th tranche. But I need to explain to you that
Peter Mandelson. Peter Mandelson, yeah.
Yes. I need to explain to you who Peter Mandelson is. Peter Mandelson is a Labour Party grandee. His grandfather was setting up the Labour Party at the beginning of the last century.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Here's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11. At the 32-yard line.
Darnold to throw. That's caught. Nick Westbrook-Akine with it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Haven't heard much from him all night, but welcome to the party, making his presence felt in a big way.
They've kept him under wraps all night long, but boy, did he find a great time to bust out.
Barkley inside handoff. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Now Darnold wants to change it up. Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. And some space here. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Lady.
Again, it's Barkley. And room there to work it inside the 25. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. They come up now on 2nd and 2. And that'll be a free 5 yards for the...
Birthdays. I don't know if you've gone through that, but it was a 250-page document of sort of memories of Epstein and messages from friends. And in that birthday book, he says, Manson calls Epstein his best pal, and that he loves him. And what's important to remember, though, is that birthday book was from 2003, so pre-conviction. So you might say, oh, well, no, it's not necessarily the case that he knew about the sort of dastardly, disgusting behavior. But it was also the case then that there was evidence of a post-2008 relationship. And there's also evidence that he flew on Epstein's jet. And it shows an ongoing communication. So, in other words, we knew that they were friends post-conviction. Why this is important is because although there is new information that's been released over the last week in this new tranche, January 30th,
and it's pretty disgusting information. When it comes to the sleeves, we've actually known the core salient issues all along. And why this is also important, the American readers might not have picked up on, is in the British media and across the British nation, it is the sleeves that everyone is focused on.
The bottom line in all of this is that Peter Mandelson was a close deputy of Prime Minister Keir Starmer. He was appointed, even though it was clearly public that he had a relationship with Epstein. The things that we're finding out right now are that there were actual law-breaking activities happening between Mandelson and Epstein going back years. As mentioned, criminal investigation into Mandelson for having leaked insider government information to Epstein that he then used to trade off of. And this could bring down Keir Starmer's government. Just today, his chief of staff had to resign over all of this. Morgan McSweeney, chief of staff, who had resigned over his role in the appointment of Mandelson. If Starmer were to go down right now, according to virtually every opinion poll in the clubhouse right now, it's the Reform Party. There would be a new election. If he were to be replaced simply as prime minister, there would be an actual collapse of his coalition. And suddenly there was an election to be held. The Reform Party is the chief beneficiary. The Labour Party is in quite low order. It's now fallen in many polls below the Conservative Party, which was basically dead as a doornail just a couple of years ago. And some of this has to be due not just to Keir Starmer's poor governance, but also to the Epstein scandal.
Yes, except I think it's very unlikely that the Labour Party will have an election. They know how unpopular they are. That means that all of them will lose their job. They also hate reform because they think reform are far right. So they won't have an election because they know reform will sweep through and have a stalking majority in Parliament, making Nigel Farage Prime Minister. That would be their worst nightmare. So I don't think we're going to see an election. What I think is more likely is that Starmer will either resign or say that he'll resign after the May council elections. There's two other things going on with regards to party politics. There's a by-election going on in South Manchester, in Warrington and Denton, where I was just on the weekend visiting voters. But there's also these council elections, which probably Labour will get smashed. And at that point, it will be seen that he is untenable to stay as Prime Minister. So then he'll stay probably until there's inter-party elections and they decide between themselves who the new Prime Minister leader would be. I can run through some of the candidates if you want there, but suffice to say that all of them are further left than Keir Starmer. He is actually the best of a bad bunch, and they also would seem far less competent than Starmer. So that's why I say Epstein, I joked at the beginning, Epstein might have made things much worse for Britain, and that might be on the horizon.
Well, that is Winston Marshall. Go check out all of his ideas over at the Winston Marshall Show, and you can check out all of his social media as well. Winston, thanks so much for the time and the insight.
Thanks, Ben.
Alrighty, folks, the show's continuing for our members right now. The American military buildup in the Middle East continues. Plus, we'll bring you the latest on the kidnapping of Nancy Guthrie, which that situation still is unfolding. Remember, in order to watch it, be a member. If you're not a member, become a member. Use code Shapiro. Check out 2 months free on all annual plans. Click that link in the description and join us. Time to close. You know what? 2, 3, 4.
I cannot believe we're back here again, Ben.
Ben Shapiro Show's on. Ben After Dark is a cool one.
Yay!
You know, like, irresponsible.
Check it out. He's got one in Hawaii. He's got one in California. Look at what the rich people are doing. Do you know that under the Denver airport is 5 levels? Under the Denver airport That is where the continuity of government for the United States will be located, in Denver, Colorado. The Denver airport, look at the Denver airport. There are at least 5 different levels under the Denver airport, possibly even more, connected with maglev underground systems all over the United States. That information has been available for the last 30 or 40 years. We have a deep investment by the military, by the deep state, for continuity of government, because they know these events are going to happen. Do you know that the NSA moved their headquarters out to the, I believe it's Utah? That the NSA has one of the biggest collection facilities, I believe, is in Utah. And they have moved a lot of their installations from the east coast of the United States out here in the west. So, folks, you can believe me, or you can say I'm full of BS. You can believe me, or you can say, well, you're delusional, which I'm not. But the information is out there. Like I said, I highly recommend you buy this book. So let me go ahead and get to the news. I don't know why I got off on all of that, but I just want, that's one reason why we have been under surveillance for a long time. And only by the grace of God, I am still here. And if it wasn't for the protection of God and people's prayers, then I might not be here. Because we do reveal a lot of information. And, it is what it is. So let me go ahead and get to the news. We've got a lot of breaking news. I only have a few more minutes. The Iran situation, what we know and what I have been told today. So, the United States have had a massive military buildup over the last couple months. According to the latest information, we are locked and ready to go. The negotiations with Iran is not bearing fruit. That it does look like that we are going to war soon with Iran. Let me go ahead and read some of this article to you and let you know the situation.
May I have your attention, please?
College shouldn't waste your time or your money. That's why WGU's programs are built with input from industry experts and updated regularly. So what you learn is what employers need right now. Practical skills, recognized certifications, real-world relevance that opens doors. Get an education that actually delivers, one that prepares you for the career you're chasing today and the opportunities that will shape your tomorrow. Learn more at WGU.edu.
This February and March, all debts are off at Choctaw Casino and Resort Cola. Win your share of $400,000 cash. Your good fortune has come due. The All Debts Are Off giveaway at Choctaw Casino and Resort Cola. This is how Cola pays and plays.
Iran is now in the crosshairs. The United States has parked over $10 billion in warships, stealth fighters, Tomahawk-loaded submarines on Iran's doorstep, including a nuclear supercarrier, 12 warships, 35 strike eagles, and 50,000 troops, and you don't spend that kind of money on a bluff. Treasury Secretary Scott Bassett just told the Senate that Iran's own leaders are wiring money like crazy out of the country, like the rats leaving the ship. With the supreme leader, Ayatollah Khomeini's son, allegedly moving $328 million overseas as the regime banks collapse and the currency disintegrates. The economic road is closed, the diplomatic road is dead, the only road left leads straight through the regime. The stage is set, the actors are in position. This morning, I was told directly by my former Intel colleagues that it's going to go down this week. So, according to Hal Turner, according to his information, that we are going to launch a limited invasion on Iran sometime this week. Like I told you before, there are 2 more aircraft carrier strike groups en route to the Middle East. So we have assembled a massive amount of firepower. It has been estimated that there are now at least 50,000 U.S. troops. So we are going to go in, like I told you, not yesterday's broadcast, but the broadcast before. We're going to go in with a limited invasion to either capture or kill the Ayatollah, all of its government, its top military leaders, take over their airport, install a puppet government. This is going to be a total regime change operation. And if Iran does not go on the offensive, they are going to be killed. And we will succeed in this operation. Do you know that Israel has about 400,000 army troops that could be called up for this operation? I'm sure they're not going to send that many. But Israel has an army, if you include the reserves, of over 400,000 army soldiers in Israel. Israel could send 100,000 of their soldiers and it would not hurt their military. Do you know that the United States has thousands and thousands of pre-positioned Humvees, main battle tanks in the Middle East already, and all of the military bases distributed in the Middle East? The United States, just like in Desert Storm, we left huge quantities of our military equipment on the ground, tanks, Humvees, all of the military equipment is just sitting there in a parking lot waiting for the soldiers to get into that equipment and move. I mean, we're talking about Kuwait, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Jordan, all of these Middle East nations, Israel, where we pre-position thousands and thousands of tanks and all of this other military equipment just waiting on U.S. soldiers to get in and be ready to invade another country. So we don't have to ship the equipment over there. It's already over there. We only have to ship the manpower. So this is not going to be an invasion like Operation Desert Storm. This is going to be a precision invasion with one goal: regime change. Take out the Iranian leadership. Take out their generals. Destroy their nuclear program. And install the son of the Shah of Iran. So America can control Iran. That's the total goal that we are going to try to achieve in the coming weeks. And I don't know when it's going down. We have the forces in place. Unless Iran goes on and launches a preemptive strike, they will be destroyed. They're going to be destroyed. I'm making a prediction. If Iran does not launch all of their missiles at all of our military bases, sink our aircraft carriers, and hit Israel, they are going to be destroyed. Now, do I want to see American boys come back in body bags? No. I'm just telling you military strategy. If you're a country and you know you're going to be attacked and they're going to overthrow you, you only have one chance. If you wait to be hit first, then it's very likely that you won't be able to get a second punch in. So this is what is about to happen. America will probably destroy Iran in the coming weeks. I don't know when it's going to happen. Nobody knows when it's going to happen. Folks, nobody can tell you except President Trump and the generals in the Pentagon. They're the only ones that know. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you, well, next Thursday at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, this is going to go off, because nobody can tell you. We're making our best educated guess. So that is about to happen. We also have China. Let me read you this. We talked about this before. China is liquidating their dollar-denominated assets as quickly as they can. China is told all of the banks, according to this information, to
rest just clicks. It all starts with a domain. What's yours?
Here's to the go-getters. That's not just the ones in the gym, but everyone. The birthday party bosses, the midnight marathons, the hikers, bikers, and open bikers. With 30 grams of protein and tons of delicious flavors, Premier Protein isn't just for those who get after fitness. It's for those who get after life. Premier Protein, go get them.
All dollar-denominated assets, okay? What does that mean? That means treasury bonds. That means everything in dollar-denominated assets. They are also, according to information, eliminating crypto in China, which is going to cause the crypto markets to go ballistic. So we are now seeing the beginnings of a total economic collapse. This is what is being reported. Urgent update. China liquidating every dollar in the banks. So this is going to be massive. We are liquidating every dollar in the banks. Federal Reserve Chairman to make an emergency announcement at 10:50 a.m. Eastern Time today. President Xi Jinping of China posted on social media at 1 a.m. this morning, we are liquidating every dollar in the banks. This means that they are about to dump $680 billion worth of U.S. Treasuries. China just ordered banks to totally cut U.S. Treasury exposure. This is a dollar exit signal. The Treasury market is the base layer of everything. If the confidence in that base layer gets weaker, the whole stack gets weaker. So this is going to be the nuclear bomb that China is going to use on the United States to collapse the U.S. dollar. Because China, Japan, Saudi Arabia, and the European Union were the largest buyers of treasury bonds, upending the U.S. dollar. Japan has already started liquidating their dollar assets also. So we're going to have a financial collapse worse than 1929. We're going to see the crypto market collapse. I told you this was going to happen. Gerald Celente told you, Martin Armstrong. It's all starting to snowball now. That all of these different countries are starting to dump U.S. dollars. We will have hyperinflation. The price of Bitcoin has been hovering around 70,000 for about a week now. It dropped down to 60,000 briefly. But when this information really comes out, I really think that we will see the price of Bitcoin go down to 30,000 or maybe even lower. Because when the people in China, which account for 1/3 of the digital coins, when they are eliminated from the market, we're going to see a massive crash of digital currencies like you've never seen before. And like I said, Bitcoin is hovering right now about $70,000 per one Bitcoin. So we are in the middle stages of a collapse. And that is why probably America will go into lockdown. When all of this information hits, when all of these banks started going under, the Federal Reserve is going to have to start printing money, folks. The Federal Reserve will have to start injecting billions and billions of dollars into the Federal Reserve for liquidity. Crypto outlawed in China, 98% of the people will lose everything. Over $1 trillion in liquidity is about to disappear. Like I said, folks, this is what is being reported. I report the news. I don't make it up. I'm not making this news up. I'm just reporting what other people are saying. So all I can tell you is that crypto is invisible. Do you know that buy an invisible asset, which is totally crazy. If you're talking about something that is crazy, that they convince the majority of the world to invest in something that is invisible. You can't see it. But yet trillions of dollars of investment flowed into the crypto market. Bitcoin, Ethereum, all of these other digital assets. Trillions of dollars flowed into the crypto market. So they could steal your money. And the fiat currency, this stuff right here, the fiat currency, the U.S. dollar, around the world is going to collapse. Not just the U.S. dollar, the entire fiat system in the world, so they can now institute a worldwide digital currency. So all of these events are happening. Like I said, we just need to be prepared. So I did want to come in and bring you this brief information. Let me see if I have anything else for you. But like I said, just be on the lookout. I don't know when the Iran war is going to kick off, but we haven't moved all of that military equipment in the Middle East just for show, folks. We didn't do it for bluff. It cost a lot of money to move all of that equipment, those extra airplanes, all of this extra manpower. That's not cheap. So we are going to attack Iran. Will it be during the week or will it be next weekend? I have no idea. But I do want to give you a heads up. Thank you for watching our channel, folks. Are you ready? I mean, if the worst case scenario happens, if you died, we're all going to die, folks. I mean, you're either going to die from some kind of disease or natural causes. You're not going to live forever in this body. And when we die, you're either going to heaven or hell. But it's going to be your choice. You can reject Jesus. You can say that's just BS, that you don't believe in Jesus or any afterlife. It's your choice. You can believe that. But there is an afterlife. And there is life after death. And you will spend eternity in either heaven or in the lake of fire. But it's your choice. And I'm giving you a choice right now. Are you 100%? That if you died today, you would go to heaven? You don't really know? If you don't know, you need to bow your head, repent of your sins, and ask Jesus Christ to forgive you. Just say, Dear Jesus, I know that I'm a sinner, Lord, and I ask you right now to forgive me of all of my sins and wash them away with your precious blood. I do believe that you are the Son of God, and I do believe that you died on the cross and you shed your blood for me, and you rose again the third day. Thank you, Jesus, for saving my soul. Thank you, Jesus, for forgiving all of my sins. And thank you, Jesus, for giving me eternal life. Amen. Folks, we are living in biblical times. There's a lot of crazy stuff happening. If you listen to the experts like Larry Johnson, Colonel Douglas McGregor, all of these other military analysts, that it's getting very close. All of these events that we've been talking about, we will see in our lifetime. We're going to see all of these events transpire. So we're going to try to keep you updated. I really don't think anything's going to happen today, but who knows, folks? Who knows? As the military says, keep your eyes on a swivel, right? Keep your eyes on a swivel. Make sure that you're aware of your surroundings. And folks, listen, I do urge you to, if you think that I don't know what I'm talking about, please buy this book. If you got $20, Worlds in Collision by Emmanuel Verakovsky, do a little research yourself, because that's pretty much all I do is research. I do a lot of reading. I do a lot of research on the topics that we discuss on our channel. So thank you. God bless you. Please share videos out. If anything else transpires, we'll try to get on later tonight and let you know that information. God bless you. Remember, Jesus Christ loves you. He's coming back soon. Don't be caught dead without it. Bye-bye. was forever following every step I was taking, and how it was getting longer and longer. And I can visualize seeing the trees around me, but they were dark, and they were long, and they were shadowy, and I was lost and terrified.
Well, thank you very much, Larry. It's great to be back in beautiful Davos, Switzerland, and to address so many respected business leaders, so many friends, few enemies, and all of the distinguished guests. It's a who's who, I will say that. I've come to this year's World Economic Forum with truly phenomenal news from America. Yesterday marked the one-year anniversary of my inauguration, and today, after 12 months back in the White House, our economy is booming, growth is exploding, productivity is surging, investment is soaring, incomes are rising, inflation has been defeated, our previously open and dangerous border is closed and virtually impenetrable, and the United States is in the midst of the fastest and most dramatic economic turnaround in our country's history. Under the Biden administration, America was plagued by the nightmare of stagflation, meaning low growth, and high inflation, a recipe for misery, failure, and decline. But now, after just 1 year of my policies, we are witnessing the exact opposite. Virtually no inflation and extraordinarily high economic growth. Growth like I believe you'll see very shortly our country has never seen before, perhaps no country has ever seen before. Over the past 3 months, core inflation has been just 1.6%. Meanwhile, fourth quarter growth is projected to be 5.4%, far greater than anybody other than myself and a few others have predicted. Since the election, the stock market has set 52 all-time high records. So that's in 1 year, 52 records, adding $9 trillion in value to retirement accounts, 401ks, and people's savings. People are doing very well. They're very happy with me. Since my inauguration, we've lifted more than 1.2 million people off of food stamps, and after 4 years, in which Biden secured less than $1 trillion of new investment in our country. Think of that, $1 trillion, substantially less than in 4 years. We've secured commitments for a record-breaking $18 trillion, and we think when the final numbers come out, they'll be closer to $20 trillion of investment. That's never been done by any country at any time, not even close. Just over 1 year ago, under the radical left Democrats, we were a dead country. Now we are the hottest country anywhere in the world. In fact, the United States economy is on pace to grow and double the rate that was projected by the IMF just last April. And with my growth and tariff policies, it should be much higher. I really believe we can be much higher than that. This is all great news. It's great for all nations. The USA is the economic engine on the planet. And when America moves, the entire world moves. It's been the history. When it goes bad, it goes bad. The whole, you all follow us down. And you follow us up at a point that we've never, I don't believe we've ever been. We never thought we could do it this quickly. My biggest surprise is I thought it would take more than a year, maybe like a year and 1 month. It's happened very quickly. This afternoon I want to discuss how we've achieved this economic miracle, how we intend to raise living standards for our citizens to levels never seen before, and perhaps how you too, the places where you come from, can do much better by following what we're doing, because certain places in Europe are not even recognizable, frankly, anymore. They're not recognizable. And We can argue about it, but there's no argument. Friends come back from different places. I don't want to insult anybody and say I don't recognize it. And that's not in a positive way. That's in a very negative way. And I love Europe, and I want to see Europe go good. But it's not heading in the right direction. In recent decades, it became conventional wisdom in Washington and European capitals that the only way to grow a modern Western economy was through ever-increasing government spending, unchecked mass migration, and endless foreign influence. The consensus was that so-called dirty jobs and heavy industry should be sent elsewhere, that affordable energy should be replaced by the Green New Scam, and that countries could be propped up by importing new and entirely different populations from faraway lands. This was the path that Sleepy Joe Biden administration and many other Western governments very foolishly followed, turning their backs on everything that makes nations rich and powerful and strong. There's so much potential in so many nations. The result was record budget, trade deficits, and a growing sovereign deficit, driven by the largest wave of mass migration in human history. Never seen anything like it. Quite frankly, many parts of our world are being destroyed before our very eyes. The leaders don't even understand what's happening. And the ones that do understand aren't doing anything about it. Virtually all of the so-called experts predicted my plans to end this failed model would trigger a global recession and runaway inflation. But we have proven them wrong. It's actually just the opposite. In 1 year, our agenda has produced a transformation like America's not seen in over 100 years. Instead of closing down energy plants, we're opening them up. Instead of building ineffective, money-losing windmills, we're taking them down and not approving any. Instead of empowering bureaucrats, we're firing them, and they're going out and getting jobs in the private sector for 2 and 3 times what they were making in government. So they started off hating me when we fired them, and now they love me.
Can you save money and still get reliable phone service? With T-Mobile, the answer is yes. In an era of overpriced everything, T-Mobile comes with an excellent phone service that actually has the best prices. Super customizable phone plan options that start at just $5 a month and go to only $25. And the best part, you're free to tailor your plan to fit your needs and budget. T-Mobile, phone plans just the way you like. Visit Tello.com to discover more.
Instead of raising taxes on domestic producers, we're lowering them and raising tariffs on foreign nations to pay for the damage that they've caused. In 12 months, we have removed over 270,000 bureaucrats from the federal payrolls, the largest single-year reduction in government employment since the end of World War II. Nobody thought that was coming. We had no choice to make a country great. We can't have all federal jobs. We've cut federal spending by $100 billion and slashed the federal budget deficit by 27% in the single year. It's going to go down quite a bit more from one. Driving inflation way down from the record highs of the Biden administration. Every month they went up and up and up. I promised to cut 10 old regulations for every single new regulation. But instead I've cut, actually till this point, 129 regulations for every one new regulation approved. So every time they come in with a new regulation, we do at least 10, but so far it's averaging out to 129, if you can believe it. In July, we passed the largest tax cuts in American history, including no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security for our great seniors. We also provided 100% expensing, that's the one they like, and bonus depreciation for all new equipment and capital investments to help companies expand, ship production to America. They are so in love with it. They build a plant, they're able to deduct it immediately, the whole thing, rather than waiting 38 to 41 years in the old days. This is a miracle taking place. Nobody thought it would ever be done by was done by us. It was what made my first term the most successful 4-year term that we've ever had from a financial standpoint. And now we've upped it. This is a 10-year program, not a 1-year program. But you're allowed to deduct everything in 1 year. It used to be 38 to 41 years. The tariffs, we've radically reduced our ballooning trade deficit, which was the largest in world history. We were losing more than $1 trillion every single year, and it was just wasted. It was going to waste. But in 1 year, I slashed our monthly trade deficit by a staggering 77%. And all of this with no inflation, something everyone said could not be done. There were a couple of brilliant people that actually thought I was doing the right thing. I thought I was doing the right thing. Now they all think I'm doing the right thing because they can't believe the numbers. American exports are now up by more than $150 billion. Domestic steel production is up by 300,000 tons a month, and it's doubling over the next 4 months. It's doubling and tripling. We have steel plants being built all over the country. Nobody thought they'd see that. Factory construction is up by 41%, and that number is really going to skyrocket right now because that's during a process that they're putting in to get their approvals, and we've given very, very quick, fast approvals. In the process, we've made historic trade deals with partners covering 40% of all U.S. trade. Some of the greatest companies and countries in the world. We have countries as our partner too. The European nations, Japan, South Korea, they're our partners. They got into massive deals with us, especially on oil and gas. And these agreements raise growth and cause stock markets to boom, not only in the U.S., but virtually every country that came to make a deal because, as you learn, when the United States goes up, you follow. It's really become a staple. In America, I've stopped the nation-wrecking energy policies that drive up prices while sending jobs and factories to the world's worst polluters. They are indeed polluters. Under Sleepy Joe Biden, their domestic oil and gas leases fell by 95%. And they wonder, why was gasoline going up so fast? The gasoline actually topped $5 a gallon, in some places $7 a gallon. More than 100 major power plants were violently shut down by incompetent people that had no idea what the hell they were doing. Under my leadership, U.S. natural gas production is at an all-time high by far. U.S. oil production is up by 730,000 barrels a day, and last week we picked up 50 million barrels from Venezuela alone. Venezuela's been an amazing place for so many years, but then they went bad with their policies. 40 years ago it was a great country, and now it's got problems, but we're helping them. Those 50 million barrels, we're going to be splitting up with them, and they'll be making more money, and they're making a long time. Venezuela's going to do fantastically well. We appreciate all of the cooperation we've been giving. We've been giving great cooperation. Once the attack ended, they said, just make a deal. More people should do it. But Venezuela's going to make more money in the next 6 months than they've made in the last 20 years. Every major oil company is coming in with us. It's amazing. It's a beautiful thing to see. The leadership of the country has been very good. They've been very, very smart. The price of gasoline is now below $2.50 a gallon in many states. $2.30 a gallon in most states. Then we'll soon be averaging less than $2 a gallon. In many places, it's already down even lower, $1.95 a gallon. Numerous states are at $1.99. Numbers that nobody has heard for years. Actually, since my last administration, we got it down to around those numbers. I've signed an order directing approval of many new nuclear reactors. We're going heavy into nuclear. I was not a big fan because I didn't like the risk, the danger. But they have what the progress they've made with nuclear is is unbelievable, and the safety progress they've made is incredible. We're very much into the world of nuclear energy, and we can have it now at good prices and very, very safe. And we're leading the world in AI by a lot. Leading China by a lot. President Xi respects what we've done, in part because I've allowed these big companies building these massive buildings to build their own electric capacity. They're building their own power plants, which when added up is more than any country anywhere in the world is doing. I read recently an article in the Wall Street Journal that China's creating so much energy, and they are going to hand it to them, but we're creating as much or more, and we're letting them do that. I'm very proud of it. It was my idea. So you can't create this much energy. We need it more than double the energy currently in the country just to take care of the AI plants. And I said, we can't do that. We have an old grid system. And I came up with the idea, you're brilliant, you have a lot of money. Let's see what you can do. You can build your own electric generating plants. And they looked at me, they didn't believe me. All of the names that are really, I think, in the room, everyone another drill, they didn't believe it. And I said, no, you can't. They came back 2 weeks, they didn't have the plan. They said, we thought you were kidding. I said, no, not only am I not kidding, you're going to have your approvals within 2 weeks. I always say nuclear will take 3 weeks. But most aren't going that. They're going oil and gas. They're even going coal in some cases. Because of my landslide election victory, the United States avoided the catastrophic energy collapse, which befell every European nation that pursued the Green New Scam, perhaps the greatest hoax in history. The Green New Scam, windmills all over the place, destroy your land. Destroy your land. Every time that goes around, you lose $1,000. You're supposed to make money with energy, not lose money. Here in Europe, we've seen the fate that the radical left tried to impose on America. They tried very hard. Germany now generates 22% less electricity than it did in 2017. And it's not the current chancellor's fault. It's solving the problem. He's doing a great job. But what they did before he got there, I guess that's why he got there. And electricity prices are 64% higher. The United Kingdom produces just 1/3 of the total energy from all sources that it did in 1999. Think of that, 1/3. And they're sitting on top of the North Sea, one of the greatest reserves anywhere in the world, but they don't use it. And that's one reason why their energy has reached catastrophically low levels with equally high prices. High prices, very low levels. Think of that, 1/3. You're sitting on top of the North Sea. They like to say, well, that's depleted. It's not depleted. It's got 500 years. They haven't even found the oil. The North Sea is incredible. They don't let anybody drill. Environmentally, they don't let them drill. They make it impossible for the oil companies to go. They take 92% of the revenues. So the oil companies can't do it. They came to see me, is there anything you can do? I want Europe to do great. I want UK to do great. We're sitting on one of the greatest energy sources in the world, and they don't use it. In fact, their electricity prices have soared 139%. There are windmills all over Europe. There are windmills all over the place. And they are losers. One thing I've noticed is that the more windmills a country has, the more money that country loses, and the worse that country's doing. China makes almost all of the windmills. And yet I haven't been able to find any wind farms in China. Did you ever think of it? It's a good way of looking at it. They're smart. China's very smart. They make them, they sell them for a fortune. They sell them to the stupid people that buy them. But they don't use them themselves. They put up a couple of big wind farms, but they don't use them. They just put them up to show people what they could look like. They don't spin, they don't do anything. They use them in cold coals mostly. China goes with the coal. They go with oil and gas. They're starting to look at nuclear a little bit. And they're doing just fine. They make a fortune selling the windmill stuff. I think really that's one that they wouldn't be surprised if it's, they are shocked that it continues to go. And one very friendly with me, they're shocked that people continue to buy those damn things and kill the birds and ruin your landscapes. Other than that, I think they're fabulous, by the way. Stupid people buy them. The consequences of such destructive policies have been stark, including lower economic growth, lower standards of living, lower birth rates, more socially disruptive migration, more vulnerability to hostile foreign adversaries, and much, much smaller militaries. The United States cares greatly about the people of Europe. We really do. We look like I am derived from Europe, Scotland and Germany. 100% Scotland. I'm 100% German father. And we believe deeply in the bonds we share with Europe as a civilization. I want to see it do great. That's why issues like energy, trade, immigration, and economic growth will be central concerns to anyone who wants to see a strong and united West. Because Europe and those countries have to do their thing. They have to get out of the culture that they've created over the last 10 years. It's horrible what they're doing to themselves. They're destroying themselves. It's beautiful, beautiful places. We want strong allies, not seriously wicked ones. We want Europe to be strong. Ultimately, these are matters of national security and perhaps no current issue makes the
Hello, everybody. This is Paul from Off the Desert Farming News with Paul and Adrian. This is February 9th, 2026. I want to welcome you to our channel. We're going to try to bring you the most up-to-date information on the internet about current geopolitical events. Buckle up your seatbelts, folks. We are in for a wild ride the next couple months and the next couple years. Thank you for showing up. We have Tom Corner from the UK. Sean is here. The Watchman. All of these people. Thank you for showing up. So let's go ahead and get right into it. We did do an interview last night with Adrian. The video before that, I talked about my life under surveillance. Okay, and a lot of people, they had some really rotten, nasty comments. So I went ahead and edited that video and took it off. But I did promise one of our viewers that I would interview Adrian to confirm the information that me and Adrian has been under surveillance for over 20 years. It's not fiction. It's not a figment of my imagination. It is a very stressful situation to know that people have been watching you for a long time, that break in your house. I mean, we could sit for hours and tell you story after story of the events that happened to us over the last 20 years, and it revolves around one thing, whether you want to believe this or not, because there is a disinformation campaign out to cover up what is about to happen on the earth. And that's the reason I believe that my life took a strange turn. Because before 2004, we were living a normal life, folks. All of this surveillance did not start until after one event. One event triggered the surveillance that we have been under for over 20 years. One event. But before that, I lived a normal life. I owned my own business in Florida. We did contracting work. We did painting. I renovated houses. I was in construction. I had my own company. Adrian worked with me. Before that, she worked in offices with secretary and stuff like that, office work. But we had a normal life, folks. None of these crazy events were happening to us until one major event that happened in 2004. was that triggered all of this government surveillance? I found out that the Earth was going to go through a cataclysmic event called an ELE, an extinction level event called an ELE. You can look this up. They made many Hollywood videos about asteroids hitting the Earth and dramatic Earth changes. Well, I found out about a pole shift that was going to hit the Earth in the future. And the world governments have known about this for the last 50 years. That there is a rogue planet in our solar system. And you might think this is crazy. You might think this is totally BS. But my life did not change until this one event, and this surveillance did not start until after I on the internet, by the way. And that's when the surveillance started. But there is a rogue planet called the Planet X that has a 3,600-year elliptical orbit in our solar system. Okay, I'm telling you factual things. It's called Planet X, the 12th planet, the 9th planet. They've got different names for it. Every 3,600 years or so, it enters our solar system and causes devastating events on Earth. Gravitational pull of this planet. And it's not like
Let me ask you questions about life, and you're going to have to answer the questions while we're spending while you're engaged.
Massive things to happen on our planet. Earthquakes, volcanoes, weather going crazy.
Before she does that, this is David Marcus, and I just wanted to introduce her and make a brief statement. So,
while you're Antarctic island down at the South Pole, do you know that that was once a lush, vibrant island with no ice? If you don't believe me, folks, you can do some geologic research on your own. Antarctica used to be without ice, and so did the North Pole. It used to be ice-free. But every so often, thousands of years, we go through what is called a pole shift, a pole change, where the poles, the North and South poles, they move to somewhere else. And this event will trigger what we call the wrath of God. And I'm not delusional, I'm not crazy. And I found out about this information in 2004, and it was about an hour's worth of reading and documentation. And I turned white. Right? So there's a coming event that the governments of the world know about. Our government found out in 1980. And they posted a news article, and they told about this rogue planet, and they took it off.
We knew the story of the international rules-based order was partially false. That the strongest would exempt themselves when convenient. That trade rules were enforced asymmetrically. And we knew that international law applied with varying rigor depending on the identity of the accused or the victim. This fiction was useful. And American hegemony in particular helped provide public goods, open sea lanes, a stable financial system, collective security, and support for frameworks for resolving disputes. So we placed the sign in the window. We participated in the rituals. And we largely avoided calling out the gaps between rhetoric and reality. This bargain no longer works. Let me be direct. We are in the midst of a rupture, not a transition. It's Thursday, January 29th, 2026, and welcome back to Goodfellows, a Hoover Institution broadcast examining history, economics, and geopolitics. I'm Bill Whalen, I'm an distinguished policy fellow here at the Hoover Institution. I'll be your moderator today. moderated conversation featuring three of my colleagues from Europe and the Universe of Events and Developers. And they are, of course, the historian Sergio Ferguson, economist John Cochran, and former presidential national security advisor / geostrategist / hopeless optimist, Lieutenant General H.R. McMaster. Neil, John, and H.R., by the way, are all Hoover senior fellows. Gentlemen, good to see you. We're going to do two topics today. Second part of our show, we're going to talk about America being on thin ice. And by ice, I'm referring to immigration customs enforcement, the tragedy that's occurred in Minnesota, the question of what is going on in America with immigration policy. But first, we're going to talk about atheism. We're going to talk about globalism. We're going to talk about Trumpism. We're going to talk about socialism. Playing the bow around those, returning to good fellows, is our friend Tyler Cowan. Tyler is the former Gil Harris Professor of Economics at George Mason University and also faculty director of that school's Ferguson Center. He co-writes a blog. It's called Marshall's Revolution. Revolution.com. He hosts a podcast called Conversations with Tyler, and that's he's also a columnist along with Neil for the Free Press. Tyler, welcome back to the show. Happy to be here. Hello, everyone. So let's get right into it, Tyler. I'm going to talk about this idea of Trumpism. You and Neil have written recently. Let me start with you, Tyler. Quote, the big story from Davos, I'm referring to the World Economic Forum last week that Neil attended. The big story from Davos is that globalization is a swift retreat. That may well be that the insiders are saying to each other in speeches and exclusive derogatories from the outside world, outside the peace of Switzerland. Now, what I'm seeing is that globalization, all things considered, is likely accelerating. Which is Neil Ferguson writing in the pages of the Free Press, quote, I've never seen, he's referring to Donald Trump here, I've never before seen a single individual so completely dominate this vast...
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us down south to Mercedes-Benz Stadium on the west side of downtown Atlanta. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson with you. We've got a couple of teams, Greg, that can make it happen with a defensive front. That's going to be a huge focus on this game.
With the importance of the passing game in today's NFL, Mike, you know how great it is to be able to disrupt that timing and throw off the quarterback's rhythm. And no better way to do that than by being able to get after him, especially with your defensive line. You don't have to blitz. You don't have to bring a fifth rusher. Keep that secondary intact. If this defensive line can cause havoc in the pocket for this quarterback, it's going to go a long way towards slowing down what's been a very good offense.
Here we go. Metcalf, the motion man. Fields going to look to run this himself. And he's going to be hit and drop behind the line. Great push upfield defensively. What a way to start this ball.
Brought down back at the 32.
This a design run with Fields.
And these are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game. And that's a nice pickup there.
Third, they need 8. One is complete, and he'll be stopped short of the first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
That'll be caught. It's Metcalf, and he will have the Seahawks first down. It's a gain of 12 on 4th down.
First down, Seattle.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
And this is too far out in front. That one's incomplete.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. Even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
DK Metcalf was the intended target. And now it's 4th down.
go.
Fields to throw for it. Escaping the pressure right. That'll be intercepted. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick six for touchdown. So they make the decision on fourth down to try to go for it. Instead, it goes back the other way for a pick six.
Yeah, and anytime you go for it on fourth down, you're saying, hey, we don't mind rolling the dice and taking some chances. In this case, it backfires. The defense is able to capitalize, and they take it all the way back the other way.
Makes the score Patriots 7, Seahawks nothing.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Showing off the big legs. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. Now the Patriots going to use their first timeout, and they'll get a chance to catch their breath over on the sideline. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Now a first carry for the Alabama product, Najee Harris. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground.
8 of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
They'll give it to Harris again. And I don't think he got there. Wrapped up at the line of scrimmage, and now you're looking at 3rd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
Looks like a design run here with Fields. And he gets it to midfield, and he gets the 1st down. Good run. The drive continues.
It's a gain of 6. 1st down, Seahawks.
Fields going to look to run this himself. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd down. They'll put the tight end Miller in motion. He'll get this complete. It's George Pickens. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. A big play for Seattle. 32 yards. So after 7-0 is our score. Greg and I back in Atlanta after this. Seahawks football beginning this 2nd quarter. They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. As we are ready to get back underway. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
Sometimes you run all those big bodies out there, you kind of tip your hand. I always love going big jumbo personnel for a play action. In this case, they keep the ball on the ground. The defense knew it was coming, and they suffer a loss.
A throw right side is intercepted. Nice job there. On that return, gives them breathing room up past the 30-yard line.
Every defensive coordinator, Mike, in the NFL preaches one thing about red zone defense. Keep them out of the end zone. Make them settle for 3. Well, what do? With that interception, they take it to another level, and they get off the field without allowing a single point.
Down. 60 red. 60 red. Ready?
Here's a zone read to start the drive. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. 18 yards. And a great way to start the drive. It's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Let's go. 40. You don't lose.
Now this time, he'll set up to throw. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Unfortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down.
Ready. Red, 38.
Shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. That's going to be intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here at their own 33.
Well, but this guy might lose a little bit, Mike, as he gets long in the tooth. He certainly makes up for it in experience. You're not going to be able to do a lot of things to trick him on the back end. He reads this play right from the jump, makes a great break on the ball. And if that ball hits his hands more times than not, it's going to be a takeaway.
That's to the tight end, Stevens. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. A big play for Seattle. 31 yards. This a design run with Fields. And it's going to be taken down as we hit 2-minute warning here in this first half.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Fields now on 2nd down. That is caught. And he'll take it on in. D.K. Metcalf. Touchdown, Seahawks. Not going for 2. They'll pick the point after. The kick is good. And the Seahawks will level things out at 7 apiece. We're all tied, 7 apiece. And the kick's away. Here's Smith to return it. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over.
23-yard line.
Real cool. Maybe on that rap to pay the bills. And I don't fit it, not even a little bit. Oh, Lord. Know yourself, know your worth.
First play of the drive, and here's Joey. And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. Boye Mafe in on the tackle.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
He'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long.
And 14.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Great edge rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
No movement from the punt team. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down.
33, yellow.
They will indeed go as they... That's over the middle and intercepted.
Intercepted. Result of the play is a turnover on downs.
Here we go. Right.
They'll try the right side now with Harris. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Looks like a design run here with Fields. Backfield empty. 5 receivers in the formation for 3rd down and 5.
And it's 3rd down.
Angel.
Fields going to look to run this himself. It's a gain of 10 yards. It's good for a Seahawks first down. Now Seattle going to use the first of their timeouts. Clock will stop just under 30 seconds to go in this 2nd quarter. So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18.
go.
This a design run with Fields. And some good footwork there. He'll take this forward for a gain of 8. Timeout Seahawks. That is their second. They'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go until halftime. Second and a yard.
Here we go.
Working out of the gun, it's Fields. He's got it at the 3. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be first and goal.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1 yard line 10 times. And then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now,
that one is caught in the back of the end zone. D.K. Metcalf. Touchdown Seahawks. His second TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. The PAT, up and good. And the Seahawks will move out to a 14-7 lead. Very little time remaining in this first half as this kick is away. Here's Smith to return it. So he's got room past the 30. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there.
Yellow, go, dudes, black. Green jack.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. Open man, downfield is Smith. Down the right sideline. Wow, out of bounds. Inside the 10. It's first and goal. On a huge play just before the half. That gains an even 60 yards. A chance here to draw level before the break. It's first and goal.
52 blue. Go pink. Hey, green. Hey, red. Go red.
Back to throw. That one taken in. Steve Smith. Touchdown New England.
And that's a bit of a gamble, but I really like the aggressive play call. Understanding here before the half, we don't want 3. We're trying to come away with 6, and he foregoes the field goal try. They take a shot in the end zone, and they come away with a touchdown.
So we reach the intermission in what has been an entertaining one to this point. Back with the second half in just a moment. Could not ask for more from that first half. All even as we begin quarter number 3. Here's Smith to return it. Good job in coverage. They're going to get him down short of the 20-yard line.
Set, ready. 60 red. Check pink. Ready.
They'll start this drive with a run, and it's Dillon. He did not want to go down there. Carrying tacklers. It's a gain of 9. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's second and 1.
Ready.
Right back to Dillon. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
A loss of 2 yards. It's
contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump? Line of scrimmage is the 31 as they line up first and 10.
Yellow, 43. White.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Defender right there with him. It brings up second down.
It's now second and 10.
Here we go. Black 40. Check.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
Brings up third down.
So after back-to-back incompletions, it is now 3rd and 10.
Red, cycle. Set.
Now they'll set up to throw. He's got his man down the field. It is a big completion. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15. What a big play there for New England. 55 yards on the game. Straight ahead, they go with Dillon. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 on the Seahawks 16-yard line.
Red, yellow, ready.
They'll look to throw. That's caught by Smith on the right side. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 9.
Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And the Patriots going to be set up with 1st and goal. Pass play moves them down to the 1.
First down.
Ready, set.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Yellow, go. 45, white, check white. Ready.
Here's a designed run. Trying to push the pile forward, but he's not going to get in. They stop him up short.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal.
Now this looks like a design run. He will do it himself. He's in. Tim Tebow. Touchdown, Patriots. He's got another one. His 2nd touchdown of the evening. The kick is good. However, there is a penalty flag down. The defense might have gotten a head start. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchdown. From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
From the shotgun, it's Fields. That's going to be incomplete, and the clock will stop. Likely one more play in this 3rd quarter. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
319.
To throw is Fields. And that'll be incomplete. What turns out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So, 3 quarters now in the books. Now the Patriots are going to use their 1st timeout. Talk things over before 3rd down. Looks like a design run here with Fields. A gain there of 11. 1st down, Seattle. New England going to take their 2nd timeout. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the 1st down.
11. Here we go.
Fields going to look to run this himself. And he'll get about 3 on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Fields. And he's into the end zone yet again. DK Metcalf. Touchdown, Seattle. Big night continues. His 3rd touchdown of the game. A huge touchdown there in the 4th quarter, and now just a point away from tying the game.
And that's one of those drives, Mike, where you know your best is needed. Can you come through here late and give your team a chance? They're an extra point away from tying this thing up, and we got ourselves a ball.
The kick is good, and that will tie this game here in the 4th quarter. What's in store in the remaining time? Here's Smith to return it, and he will get cut down short, shy of the 20-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
All ready? Here we go. Here we go. Blue 32. White. Ready?
Back to throw here to begin the drive. And he's going to go down. However, there's a marker down. Let's check on this call first. Here's first and 10.
Let's go. Ready?
A give. Here's Billy. He was looking for that cutback lane, but it never developed. Tracked down behind the line. Now on second and long.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up second and 12 at the 22-yard line.
This is intercepted.
Touchdown, Seattle.
What a play by the defense in a tie game. Not only do they come up with the turnover, Greg, they score the touchdown and take the lead.
And that's just a mistake, Mike, at this point in the game that you just cannot make on offense. You find yourself in a game that could go either way, and you just gift wrap the opposing team a chance to take it back the other way and take the lead.
So the lead is 7 now. Here in this fourth quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. Here's Smith to return it. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Here's first down.
Here we go. 45. White.
Right back to the air following that pick six. There's a throw right side to be incomplete.
And really, it's the interceptions that continue to be a problem, and he's lucky he didn't add to that total. I mean, defender had an opportunity to add another one to the mix, and he just has to do a better job making decisions, finding the open target, and stop forcing bad throws.
Taking a shot downfield for Smith. And the Seahawks are right back in this one.
Here we go.
This a design run with Fields.
So these situations, Mike, are always very tricky for a play caller. Of course, you want to keep the clock moving. You're just trying to run the game out and maintain this lead, but you also don't want to become overly predictable. So with the defense just selling out to stop the run, I think they have to mix in a few high completion percentage passes to just at least keep them off balance.
And he's able to find a crease. Get ahead for 7. That'll bring up first down.
A 7-yard gain on the play. And it's third down.
Here we go.
They'll drop to throw. That's blocked by Miller. 11 yards on the pass there. It's good for a Seahawks first down.
Why you all in my face, taking up all of my space? You